Okay, guys, listen, thank you very much for joining the video. Yesterday, on the 26th of December, I saw a retweet from somebody, and it was quoting Rob Hubbard talking about Archer Maclean. And when you see something like that, you think, why is he make commenting on somebody? What's the reason? And I thought, no way, oh no, no way. And a quick Google revealed my worst fear. Archer Maclean passed away. He died on the 24th of December 2022, apparently after a long fight with cancer. Back in, I think it was 2005, I was down at a place called Arcade Barn, and this was way before Arcade Club and any of these kind of sort of newish arcades opened up. I'd gone down there with a group of mates, and this arcade barn was quite literally a barn with arcade cabinets in it. It was a private collection, and there was me and about maybe half a dozen mates, including Jeff Minter. He was there as well, and yeah, we got down there. And like Arcade Club, all these games are set to free play, so this was phenomenal. You need to remember this, like I said, this was before the retro events sprung up. This was before Arcade Club, so this was something extremely unique. Getting a collection of original arcade cabinets together in one place was just something that I had not seen for probably the best part of 30 years. So we went into this place, and yeah, there was maybe about, I don't know, 50 cabinets on free play. And yeah, I was just going around playing them. And there was this one particular cabinet. I can't remember what one it was. And I was trying to get the game to start. And I was pressing buttons and had no idea at all. And I opened up the coin bit of the machine, and I was looking inside there. And then I just heard a voice behind me saying, just press that orange button, mate, and that'll give you some free credits. And I, oh, thanks. So I pressed this button, stood up, turned around, Archer Maclean. To say I was gobsmacked was an absolute understatement. And he just smiled and he went away, and he was playing some games. Now, I have shared a couple of photos that I took when I was down there to them rather discreetly. But yeah, unfortunately, that was the one and only time I got to meet Archer, albeit very, very briefly. When we went outside, what was there? Archer's iconic red Ferrari with the private number plate. I think it was AM147, if I'm something like that. But that was the size of the man. From what I gather, he was an extremely nice bloke. Now, where did I start with Archer? I mean, I was doing a bit of research for this video, and what I was surprised at was how few games he actually programmed for the 8-bit computers. On the Commodore 64, he programmed the original International Karate for, I think it was System 3. Then he made a follow-up called International Karate Plus. He obviously made the iconic Drop Zone, and he made Drop Zone for, let's think, he made Drop Zone for the Atari 8-bit as well. He also made a version of International Karate Plus for both the Commodore Amiga and Atari ST. Now, I'm not a techie person at all, but I think I would be right in saying that his games were just absolutely flawless. They really were, completely flawless. You could not, I mean, in my mind, Drop Zone could easily have been in arcades. I think there was talk of making a version for the arcades, but trust me, the Commodore 64, and as Archer famously said in Zap issue 1, the Atari 800 is actually a better computer. Yeah, he upset a lot of Commodore 64 owners with that statement. But I've got to agree with him. Drop Zone on Atari 8-bit is just an incredible work of art. It's amazing on the C64. And like I says, it could have easily been an arcade game. Absolutely. The international karate games, whilst I've always admitted I've got a soft spot for Way of the Exploding Fist purely because that was the one I remember. But international karate, and more specifically international karate plus, it, it it just could not be bettered. He introduced three players, simultaneous three players. Just an absolute phenomenal bit of coding. And I mean, Archer did. He didn't do the music. That was in Mighty Rob Hubbard. But Archer did the graphics. He did the coding. He did the sound effects. I mean, he was just whatever he touched literally turned to gold. And as a C64 owner, I was always saddened that he never made any more games on the C64. Then on the 16-bit computers, again, I says he did. He converted International Karate Plus for the ST and the Commodore Amiga. But he also did the first incredible snooker game, Jimmy White's, I think it was Whirlwind Snooker it was called. It took a bit of practice to actually get even semi-decent at it, but the physics and the accuracy of the game was absolutely second to none. Um, and obviously to get a license with Jimmy White, who was probably one of the biggest snooker players at the time, to license it, was just awesome. I don't think he did any other 16-bit games, but he did go on to produce games for, I think, the original Xbox, possibly the PlayStation. He did Jimmy White's Snooker 2 on the PC. I think he may have done a third Jimmy White snooker. He also did a game on the PSP called Mercury, where you were trying to navigate a little blob of mercury to a kind of finishing post. Archer was a great games collector, original games collector. Now, one of my friends, Tony Temple, he actually bought Archer Maclean's Missile Command cabinet off him. Archer actually restored it for Tony before he sold it to him. Apparently had an absolute phenomenal collection in his basement. But you know what? I'm absolutely gutted that Archer's gone. He was 60 years old, which is only 5 years older than me. Now, earlier this week, I got news that Terry Hall, lead singer of the Specials, he went on to do Fun Boy 3. He passed away at 63, and I was absolutely gutted to hear that, and to lose Archer as well. I never knew Archer was. I didn't know he was ill. He has been. I don't mind admitting, Archer Maclean has been the guy that I have tried the most to get in touch with, to come onto my channel. He's notoriously difficult to. He's just really not on social media at all. So obviously I never managed it, and I'm gutted that I'm never going to have the chance to talk to him. But yeah, listen, I'm going to leave it at that. You know, the games industry is a far lesser place with Archer gone. It just really remains for me to say, you know, I'm thinking of Archer's family in this time. You know, it's tough, especially this time of year. And lastly, I just want to say a massive thank you to Archer himself for his legacy. He didn't make many games, but by Christ, when you make games that good, you don't need to make many. Rest in peace, Archer.